Guys, so I know this is unusual for me to do live videos or even upload videos the same day I record them. But I have just finished, well, can't say just finished, it's not finished yet. But I have got it up to the writing point where you can have some fun with it, you know. This thing blows my mind. Not to mention it's actually a dream build of mine. Not this exact setup, but my first bike I always did want the shift kit. First time I heard about them, sounded like a no-brainer. Like, who the fuck wouldn't get a shift kit? Oh no, that's not good. Okay, some burnt wires. Ignore that, people. Damn, those may have to be replaced. Either way, I got tons of kill switches. None of that's a problem. But let me wiggle this up here and try and keep it at a burning range. That's better. Anyway, this whole setup, 7-speed, blah blah blah, dream, blah blah blah. It's a mission completed. I just sit next to this piece of shit, and now it looks like this was a perfect build canvas for a standard bike. Nothing special, especially not compared to this. But I'm planning on getting a trunk after I find a rack that fits. This thing has no rack eyelets, so I'm not all drill happy with my frame. So I figure I get some with clamps, some that works. But off this, to start the conversation, second gear is 30 miles an hour. Third gear I got up, and I'm expecting it to be about 35. I'm not expecting too much. I didn't go too far in the third. I want to break it in nice, slow, easy, not go too wild, and possibly try not to kill myself in the middle of it. This is okay. Now this shift kit, it's unusual, very, very, very unusual, but it's so sly, and it works so beautifully that I thought I had to buy it, and it's cheaper than Sick Bike Parts 4-stroke shift kit. This motor and everything is where I paid the money. I was gonna go with Blackberry, but I started with the shift kit first and then backtracked, and they said you needed this transmission, which is Skyhawk Groovy 4G transmission, bell clutch, and it's like a souped up, literally. And go outside, look at your lawnmower. I'm pretty sure you see that. I'm pretty sure I've seen OHV on the lawnmower. Anyway, it's just a souped up lawnmower motor, as far as I can tell, because this baby does run fast, harder than your average 4-stroke lawnmower out there. But just to simplify it for those of you not all that interested in it, blah blah blah. 1 gallon gas tank. Oh my god, this thing here is gonna last for fucking ever. Now this is after quite a bit of riding, down to 3/4 a tank. Got your little janky speedometer. It's actually accurate. Ulysses speedometer is a trusted speedometer of mine. I put it up against Ulysses, and it came through. Headlight bright as fudge. Blah blah. Headlight. This is temporary. So I'm getting a rack and a trunk. Oh, and then the best feature. Got your security alarm right there. Cell phone holder. And then, I just had to hook up. I got so used to that clutch where I would sit still on my bike, sit on it, drop the clutch, that I had to ask. I added a clutch handle to my front brake, so when you're sitting still, maybe on a hill, maybe you just want to chill on your bike, which, by the way, I have a backrest. Pop that parking brake on and chill on, my friends. And that's just the overview. Part of the reason I'm doing this video is because Don Grube wanted to see my outcome. Which, yeah, by the way, this shaft broke. The first one he sent with the kit broke. Like, broke, and ear broke. And then the second one, it's, you see I got this screw in there with a washer. Somehow the, other side decided it was gonna come loose. Left me walking because I don't have my pedals wide enough yet. And then I really need to swap this. I think it's a 48 half chain link. It's a bit too wide, and if it's too far on this side, yanks this up and damn near destroys my derailleur. So I really gotta watch that. It's too much torque to be messing around in the room. You know, you run out and need a whole new derailleur. That's a problem. Other than that, this little you guys already know what this is. No need to explain. But I just took the wheel off. The wheel wasn't cooperating, and keeps my jump from off here. And the reason I know this part came from Sick Bike Parts. You know, this is their HD heavy duty axle and their chain ring adapter. And I know most people who do shift kits probably wondering why I have mine backwards. It's because, well, it's already noted. These chains, okay, with the hardware they give you to put these chain rings together, which is these nuts and bolts back here, and they're really, you know, I barely have any thread sticking out, which means I spaced these as far as I could. In fact, I put an entire nut in between there. An entire, I think that was a 10 too. I put an entire nut and still didn't get enough space to clear this chain rubbing. And so I just accepted that as a fact, and I took it back off and swapped it, because if I want my chains rubbing, I damn sure don't run them rubbing at whatever the fuck the top speed of this bike is, because I ain't gonna lie, it doesn't sound fast, but 30 feels fast as fuck on this bike. So I'm still learning my way around, but whatever the top speed is, I'm pretty sure I don't want my chains rubbing when I'm hauling ass. So I'd rather rub when I'm in first gear. Let whatever happen is gonna happen in first gear, because top speed first gear is 20 miles an hour. That's pretty fast, but it's not net breaking fast. It's not fuck yourself up fast, go to the hospital. God knows what else. But onto this motor. This is the Grube 53cc performance motor, which I took the nasty ugly box muffler off. It sounds terrible, and bought a muffler from Bikeberry I put on here. And that's pretty much it. Oh, by the way, guys, this is a Slugo SS. Did I have the camera upside down? Yeah, Slugo SS fat tire bicycle. In case anybody's wondering where I got this from, I got it from Bikeberry. Without the motor, it makes a very nice mountain bike. I'd say that shit for sure, and it's pretty fast without the motor again. All the big points, so nobody thinks that this shit comes with it. I bought this separate. It's a Shimano. I wanted the extra range, so, you know, outside of swapping this one to get a different gearing that maybe you couldn't possibly get with the higher gearing that's on the chain, on the back sprocket. I also did go with the higher tooth, lower tooth anyways, for the higher gearing. So I'm running off-road gearing, which is a 9-tooth, because the bike is kind of heavy. And like I said, the speed is still hellish. Now, when I had the 11, it was sluggish, and this is what scared me, is that I got up to 30 in first gear instead of second. So I swapped her down. It's like unnecessary speed. And yeah, this 34 tooth, it does give me a wider range, and when I swapped the first, You know, there's no real big jerk, but it's a nice smooth transition. And then my RPMs drop, get a much higher cruising speed. Overall, what I got left on my tack list is just getting the pedals to clear and a better kickstand. Probably dual leg, and that'll be my bookmark completion. And then there's the rack, which is additional. I already have the trunk. I'm just looking for a rack so that I'm not too focused on that shit. But just thought I'd share that update and blah blah blah. Alright, end the video.